All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. And welcome to the hot month of July edition of the Mary and Pat Show. We are so excited that you are here with us on this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, we say sharing is caring. So please share, like, and share this page so others can come aboard and hear about the health events and things like that that we have in store for you today. And we have some great guests that's going to be with us on today as well. But again, I am Sharonda Lee. I'm a technology assistant and a certified navigator for Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation, the parent organization of Healthy Kids Mississippi. Now, before we dive in, you all help me give a great big shout out to the amazing team behind the scenes, our executive director, Dr. Michael O'Miner, and also our beautiful project director, Mrs. Lottie Miner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We cannot thank you all enough for all that you do. Do want to remind us that we're not just on Zoom this evening. We're also streaming live from our Facebook and YouTube pages. Please, again, share this page, like it. It's some very helpful information that will be shared with us on today. So, you all, we have an app, a free app. Let me say that again, a free app that has tons of health information on it as well. And you know, y'all, our health is so very important. So please, if you will, download this free app. You can access it through the Google app as well as the Apple Play Store, the Apple Store. Again, this app is absolutely free. So please take advantage of this free app. And you all, in July, we do observe our mental health as well as our healthy vision. It's very important that we keep our routine vision checked yearly. So if you have not done that already, it's not too late. Let's go ahead and get those vision screenings appointments. But I'm going to move out the way. Mary and Pat, are you here?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are here.
It's in your hands.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mary Fenner, and I'm a Medicaid Application Administrator for Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation.
And I am Pat Boga. I'm also Medicaid Applications Administrator, and we're just delighted to be here this evening.
So this evening, we're going to have a special edition of Ask Mary and Pat dealing with back to school information for parents. And we're going to start with we have two guests with us. They'll come on, they'll introduce themselves and what they do. But we're going to start now with our questions. You ready, Pat?
Yes, well, I'll go ahead and take the first one.
Okay.
Okay, we have a question here. I have a child getting ready to go back to school, and he does not have any health insurance. I was denied Medicaid a few months ago because I went over the income limit. I recently lost my job 2 months ago and have not been approved for unemployment benefits. Can I reapply for Medicaid? Okay, and the answer to that is I would suggest that you reapply. That's right. You should qualify now, but I would suggest that you complete a new application with Medicaid as soon as possible. Okay. Once school starts back, that's when most of the children start getting sick with colds and flu and other viruses because they're around so many more children at school, a crowded environment, and exposure to germs. Unfortunately, some parents send their children to school sick, and that's generally because they may not have anyone to watch their children, or they may not have anyone to watch them, or they may not want their children to miss too many days in school, and also they may not want to miss work either because of policies on the job. So I would encourage you to go ahead and reapply now and try to submit that application, because there's normally a 30-day waiting period, and you want to get that done before the children get back into school.
Okay, our next question is, my income would probably put me over the income limit to apply for Medicaid for my child. I really can't afford health insurance through my job because it is so expensive to add another person. Is there another option for my child to get insured? And the second option that we have was a couple of options. One of them is open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act, which begins November the 1st, 2025. You can see if you're eligible during that time. If you have lost health insurance, or if your child has lost health insurance, you actually can apply now, because we do have a special enrollment period for which will probably start the next month from the time that you enroll during the special enrollment period. And that's with the Affordable Care Act. Also, there's a federally qualified community health centers that we refer people to when they don't have insurance, and it's on a scale. They have a sliding scale that they use for people to pay for services. So, so those two options, the Affordable Care Act option, also there's the federally qualified health center option. And if you want to know anything else about these options, please give us a call at 662-298-3584, and we will be able to assist you with that information.
Right. And as far as purchasing medications for the child, federally qualified community health centers may offer those services as well.
They may be able to refer you to someone that can assist you with the medication. And that also we have someone on staff that can assist you with trying to get medication if you're not able to afford it.
Right. Okay, have another question. I applied for Medicaid for my children a month ago, but failed to submit my check stubs for the previous month as requested. I received a denial letter 2 weeks ago. Can I go ahead and reapply again and send my check stubs in with the application? If so, which month's check stubs will I need to submit if I apply now? Yes, you can apply now if you would like to. What you should do is go ahead and request last month's check stubs from your job, or sometimes you may be able to pull them up online. So this is July. I suggest that you go ahead and pull up June's check stubs and just have those ready. So when you send in your application, you can actually go ahead and attach those check stubs with the application. But if you don't have them right then, you can always fax them to the Medicaid office, or even mail them. But I would suggest that you reach out to the Medicaid office if you plan on faxing them, or either mailing them, well, especially faxing them, because you need to let them know that they, so they can be looking for them. But go ahead and do that now.
Okay,
Ladies, I have a question.
sure.
So if I received a letter in the mail from Medicaid to recertify for Medicaid, is there a certain time period I have to send that back in?
Yes, there is. Normally, they put a date on that letter, but if you don't see the date, I would suggest you just go ahead and get it done, because you will have the 30 days, but it depends on actually the date that you receive the letter as well. And there should be an address at the top of the letter.
Mhm.
So, yeah, but it should be a date listed, letting you know when you should get that renewal completed.
Okay, so if that date expires, if I miss that date, will I have to go back and redo my Medicaid application? Or could I maybe just call the social worker and say, hey, I missed that date. What should I do? What would you all suggest?
Well, I suggest that if you miss the date, that they do, you can still send in the renewal form along with your requested information. You can do that as well. But if it's like more 2, 3, 6 months, and you decide you want to do it, you will have to submit a new application. But
Okay.
if it's done within the first 2 weeks or the first 30 days, then you can actually just send in the renewal form with the requested information.
Okay. All right. And for FYI, say I applied for Medicaid. And at the time, both my husband and I were working. And so we didn't qualify because of income. Well, later down the line, say a month, 2 months later, um, there's a life change. Someone lose their job or what have you. At that point, I can go back and apply, letting them know that it's only one income versus two. Okay. And they still,
Most definitely.
right. So do
Yeah,
you think I should wait because you're wanting that prior month's income? So,
Right.
and if I had income in June, should I wait until,
Yeah, because more than likely they're going to count that income.
okay.
but
Okay.
you can also let them know that you're no longer working or that income is no longer part of your household.
Okay.
And they may not, uh, I know if you submit a letter stating that that job ended or there's a reduced income, or you can show proof that the income has been reduced, then they may be able to start you at the month that the income was reduced. It can be done like that. So if you would talk to them and let them know that I know we no longer have this income, or either you can wait till the month that um, the income was reduced and just submit the new income.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Just wait a month, and just like your income changed in July. Then
Mm-hmm.
starting July 1st, you had a reduced income. You can wait and apply in August. Or either you can apply in July and just let them know, submit a letter stating that as of this date, I no longer have this income. And you can do it like that.
Okay. So for 18-year
You unmuted. You muted some type of way. Okay.
hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so for 18, 19-year-olds that's no longer is going to be eligible for Medicaid. They're in college. So and they don't have a job. What do you suggest? And they, the parent does not have a job that has health insurance. They cannot be on their parents' insurance. They're too old for Medicaid and they don't have a job.
The one thing that we suggest is applying for ACA using the parent's income. And I'm sure the parent is still claiming that child on their taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only income that would count will be the parent's income. And we
Mhm.
get a lot of that. We get a lot
Okay.
of those
The parents are
19-year-olds.
working.
Right. We get a lot of those 19-year-olds that has been kicked off, but they were still able to get uh, health insurance through ACA using the parent's income. As long as the parent is claiming the child, still claiming the child on the income taxes. And
Okay.
that's, yes.
Okay. And if the child has a job, say they're working at, a fast food chain, they can use their own income, right?
Their own income may not be enough.
Right.
It would not be enough. It'll be too low. So
Mhm.
what you do in that instance, you use your income and you have to use that child's income as well.
Child's income as well.
So you'll use both incomes, which you will still put him on your taxes. And if he
Right.
makes enough that he can file taxes, just make sure that he claims that he's being filed as a dependent on somebody else's taxes,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can still get that dependent on your taxes. Yes,
Okay.
so, mhm.
Thanks,
And
Lacey.
then again, if that parent's income is too low, we'll have to revert back to the federally qualified community health centers.
Yeah, they're called health centers, but they have doctors on staff. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's not like where, people may think that, oh, that's a clinic. I don't want to go to a clinic. I want to go to, a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
regular doctor's office. But they do have doctors on staff. And some of the health centers even have vision, where they provide vision exams as well, dental exams as well. It just depends on the area that
Mm-hmm.
particular center is at. So, as Dr. Miner states time and time again, that's where his mom goes, to the one in Coldwater, and they do have doctors there on staff. So, it's a good place to go if you cannot, even if this is your choice as a health insurance a health provider, even if because some people do, because it is their income, because of their income
Right.
might be too low, and they'll go there where they have to pay on the sliding scale. So
Okay.
yeah, that's a good place to go. Or even if it's in their area, if it's convenient for them to go there. So.
Okay. So for our listeners, our viewers that's here, how can they find these qualified clinics?
They can look them up online, and they can pull them up and it'll show you pretty much where all the federally qualified community health centers are in your area and Mississippi and all over.
Right. And there may not be one exactly in, they'll show you the next closest one to it. It's a website that you can go to look up the federally qualified health centers.
Okay, great. Okay. Thank y'all, ladies.
Okay, so now we're gonna introduce Tisha Dean. Are you still there, Miss Dean?
Yes, ma'am. I am here.
Okay.
Good
I am here. It
evening.
just took me good evening. It just took me a minute to get unmuted and everything. So let me turn on my camera. Let me turn on the camera if it'll let me.
There you go.
Okay. Hope y'all can see me. All right.
Right there.
So I'm Tisha Dean. I am a navigator and Head Start coordinator for Oak Hill Regional Community Development Corporation. And I also work for ICS Head Start. I've been there about 20 years, and I've been with Oak Hill 4 years. So tonight, well, this evening, I'm going to talk to you about back to school and things you can do to help your children. Kind of get out of that summer mentality where they probably stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning on the PS5 and woke up at whatever time they felt like waking up in the morning and just doing things the way they just want to do it in the summertime. So some of my, ma'am,
Living the life.
living the good life.
Yes.
Living the good life and running up their parents' air conditioner electric bill because they got to have
Yes.
that because it's hot. It's July. It's
And
hot.
got the groceries, eating all the groceries.
And eating all the groceries. So increased electric bills and increased grocery bills. All right. So I want to start off by telling parents one of the best things you can do because prices are so high. Take advantage of community backpack and school supply giveaways. Keep a watch on social media. A lot of churches and community organizations do backpack giveaways, usually starting around, the beginning of July through the end of July. And if you have to attend more than one, then so be it. Some organizations just give out backpacks. Some give out backpacks and school supplies. Some just give out school supplies. So please take advantage of it. Like I said, if you have to go to more than one, then you just have to go to more than one. All right. So going back to school, one of the things you need to do, as I just said, kids have been in summer mode. So get the kids back on the routine. And this is for all ages, from Head Start age on up. Establish that bedtime again and don't wait till the night before school starts. It needs to start a few days in advance so they will fully, get the effect of waking back up at 6 or whatever time they get up in the morning. Because as we all know, a healthy child that's feeling good and energetic is ready to learn. So that's very, 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 very important. Another thing is establishing routines with homework and eating schedules. Make sure they get a good breakfast. Some schools provide free breakfast, some don't. But if your child is able to take advantage of that, make sure they're doing that. And if they're not, then make sure they have had something significant to eat before they go off to school. Now, some children may experience anxiety with going back to school. A lot of children do. Things that may have happened the previous school year, they don't want to go relive that, or things that, just some children just experience anxiety, period. So be an active listener for your child. Be an advocate for your child. If your child is displaying different behaviors or different actions or something like that, address it. Ask daily. Ask your children, what did you do today? How you feel about it? Did this happen? Did anything happen? Ask open-ended questions so they can actually express how they feel, because that is so important now, with bullying and different things like that are happening to children. Just social media it's been a blessing and a curse, you know. Some people use it for the right reasons, some people don't. And children, because they're so young and using social media now, it's like there's nothing that can be hidden. When we were kids, there was a house phone and that was it. You talked at school and you wrote letters and slid them to each other on the way to class, and that was about the majority of the communication that you had. So now the kids know things before the grown-ups do. You know, my son will come home and tell me something that happened during the day. I'm like, how did you even know that? Well, it popped up. Well, why were you on social media at school too? So that's, we just have to be vigilant and monitor the social media that our children are participating in. So as far as academic wise, make sure that your children keep up with their grades. Let me say that. Keep up with the scores. Don't let them start off, the year struggling and then struggle through the whole year. Address it in the beginning. If you see there's a struggle, if your child needs some help, get it. Ask for it. Talk to your school counselors. Do whatever you need to do. Just make sure that your child has a place designated for homework that is quiet and where they can focus and actually do the work, and give a time frame. If 5 to 6 o'clock is homework time, stick to it. Make that part of the routine. So basically, with going back to school, try to make sure your child has the supplies that they need. And like I said, go to the backpack giveaways, or some schools are now giving some of the children their supplies. A lot of schools aren't asking for as many supplies as they used to. I know at one point, when my son was younger, I think I got up to $100 worth of school supplies. That was without the backpack and the other stuff. There was Kleenex, that was hand sanitizer, that was Ziploc bags, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I never figured out, what some of it was used for, but I bought it. So set a schedule, set a routine, address any issues that your child may have. Emotionally, mentally, anything. Address it, hit it head on, and don't let it get out of hand.
Right.
And just stay on top of their academics. And if you need help, ask for help. That's what the counselors and everyone is there for. If the children need like sports physicals, go ahead and try to get that done. If they need to make dentist appointments, or if they need, so Sharonda mentioned, I think, in the beginning. And so if they need, not being able to see what the teacher is writing on the board, it's an issue,
Yeah.
or that's a big issue. So make sure they're going back to school healthy. We don't want any toothaches and abscesses, anything that's hindering, anything that's going to create an issue and keep them from being able to learn and thrive in the school. So that is all I have for this evening. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much. That was a lot of good information.
Yeah.
I don't have any school-age children, but I do have a grandchild, and we spent $100 on school supplies, so they still asking for a lot.
Right.
So, and we didn't even do the backpacks, and we just did all the supplies. But yeah, but that was really good information.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
we're,
then she was talking about the homework. Even the smaller kids, they come home with homework.
oh yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, so it's not just the big ones, even
Mhm.
the small ones. I'm hearing that the teachers send them quite a bit of homework to do. So make sure that you're prepared to assist them and check
And,
those backpacks and make sure that
yeah,
whatever they have is in
yes,
that
check
backpack.
those backpacks. And if your school provides the iPads, the tablets, the MacBooks for the children, because there really aren't just a lot of school books now that they're using electronic devices. Please educate your child on how to take care of that device.
Yeah.
You're not paying for it up front, but if they break it at most schools, you're gonna have to pay something to get it repaired. So
Right.
make sure that they have a backpack with a sleeve in the inside to support the electronic devices.
Okay.
Yes, that's so true because they are doing electronics now. I'm not sure about my grandchild, whether she has the iPad or not. She's in first grade, but she did have to do headphones. So, and
Mhm.
not earbuds, but the headphones. So for school, that was one of the school supplies that we had to get for her. So they are doing electronics, and that's thank you so much for that
Yes.
information. That was very good information for back to school. Um, our other guest had to get off because she's working. She's a athletic director for North Panola High Schools, and so she's actually working during the summer. And they had some kind of emergency that she had to get off. I'm not sure if she'll be able to get back on or not. But we're going to go to our next question. And thank you so much, Tish, for that information. That was great,
Yes.
great information. So our next question is, last school year, my child got sick at school with the flu, and I'm sorry, I'm trying. Okay, last school year, my child got sick at school with the flu, and I had to take her to an urgent care clinic the same day because the school required a doctor's statement before my child can go back to school. The urgent care clinic I took her to stated that her Medicaid was not active. I ended up having to take her to the emergency room because I didn't have the money they were charging me for the office visit. I don't know why the visit was denied because she had Medicaid. Why could this possibly have happened? Well, sometimes Medicaid reimburses providers at lower rates than private insurance. The urgent care clinics also may not be enrolled as a participating provider with Mississippi Medicaid. It is best to check with the particular clinic to make sure they accept Medicaid payments. They may not accept a particular Medicaid health insurance plan because we have different providers. Molina, this new one out that's called True Care, I think, and also there's Magnolia. And so that particular uh, clinic may not, urgent care clinic may not accept those plans. And if they don't accept those particular plans or accept regular Medicaid without the plans, then they will deny or charge you for the visit. So also they may have incorrect billing information on your child. If they were enrolled in one health insurance plan and the urgent care clinic ended up getting another health insurance plan on that child, the child may have been uh, updated, but the clinic was not updated. Always try to have your child's Medicaid card or Medicaid approval letter with you so that you can give them the correct Medicaid information. Also, call the Medicaid office while you're at the doctor's office to verify the Medicaid information before leaving. This helps as well. It is also important that you keep up with your Medicaid renewal month. Sometimes a renewal appointment letter goes out in the mail, and often consumers don't check their mail and may not open the letter received because they're thinking, oh, this is just some information from Medicaid. But it's important to check all information from Medicaid because that may be your renewal letter because they do
Exactly.
renewals. They start sending out letters 2 months prior to the date that your renewal is due. So that's why it's important to keep. And if you don't know your renewal date, you can always call the Medicaid office and ask them about your renewal date because that's important. That's really important.
That's right. Okay, I have another question. I did not receive a renewal appointment letter. How can Medicaid just close my child's Medicaid without me knowing that it has been closed? Okay. Well, Medicaid normally sends a renewal letter out to you before it's time for you to renew. And you normally have up to 30 days to complete the, get the information in and the form back to the Medicaid office. And they may also send you an email, or they may give you a call, just to let you know that it's time for your renewal. And of course, you also have to make sure that Medicaid has your correct address and phone number, because, oftentimes, well, not oftentimes, but sometimes, we may move, but you have to let Medicaid know that you have moved, because if they send you a letter to that old address, it's not going to automatically, like regular mail, it's not going to automatically be forwarded to your new address. They will send it back to the Medicaid office. And since you didn't respond, they'll close it. So it's very important to, just try to keep up with things yourself. If you know the last month that you completed your renewal of the last year, then just try to follow up. And then again, as Ms. Fenner said earlier, watch that mail. And if you receive something, take it and open it. And not only open it, but read it. Okay?
Yes, that is so true. Open and read. Okay, our next question. My family and I recently moved to Mississippi from Arkansas, and my children are getting ready to start school here in a couple of weeks. They have Arkansas Medicaid, but I need to get it switched to Mississippi Medicaid. What do I need to do? Okay, you must move quickly. First of all, there's no switching from, they do not transfer Medicaid. Medicaid is a state-run program, so each state runs their Medicaid differently. You have to apply for Medicaid with Mississippi Medicaid. Also, you need to close your Medicaid in Arkansas, because you will not get Mississippi Medicaid until your Arkansas Medicaid is closed. You also need a closure letter stating that it's been closed. So make sure you get your letter from Arkansas stating that that the letter has been, that the Medicaid has been closed. So it's just a process of you applying for Medicaid with Medicaid with the Medicaid office. We also do that as well. You can call us for assistance, and we can help you to put in an application for Medicaid. We do not approve Medicaid. All we do is assist you in putting in the application with your approval, with your consent. And depending on the worker's caseload, usually takes up to 30 days to process the Medicaid application. They do try to get to them faster than that, but a lot of times they can't. And because of the workload that they have, because all Medicaid applications have to be completed within 30 days. And so it may take 30 days or longer to get your application looked at, approved, denied, or whatever. So please put your application in as soon as possible. Please get the Arkansas Medicaid closed as soon as possible. Our state closed only at the end of the month. I'm not sure about other states, how they close applications. I know some may close like in the middle. If you put an application on the 1st, it might close on the 15th. But here in Mississippi, closures are done at the end of each month. So if you put in and decided that you wanted to apply for Medicaid, or you wanted to move to another state and you want your Medicaid closed, well, it's not going to close. Whenever you put it in, you put it in for July 1st saying that you moved and you need your Medicaid closed. It's not going to close to July 30th, to July 31st. So that's here in Mississippi. So that's why you need to act pretty quickly when it comes to getting Medicaid.
And also, if you have Medicaid in another state and you're trying to get it in Mississippi, please report it. Please report it if you have it in another state, because if they find out, you know, that you have Medicaid in another state and you're getting Medicaid in Mississippi, there are going to be some repercussions. So just make sure that, you know, if you're applying for Mississippi Medicaid, just report that you do have it and do what you need to do to get it closed. And I know sometimes it may be difficult. We receive calls from consumers and they stated that, well, I've been calling, you know, the Medicaid office out of state and I can't get anybody, or I leave a message and they're not answering. Take a trip if you have to. Get it closed. But mainly report it. I think we have another question. My son is getting ready to go to college in August, and he just lost his Medicaid because he turned 19 a month ago. Can he be approved for Medicaid again since he will be in college? Unfortunately, Mississippi Medicaid and CHIP ends when a child turns 19. And we've talked about it earlier. We suggest that you have your parent to apply for the Affordable Health Care Insurance through the Affordable Care Act, because this is considered a life change since your child just lost Medicaid last month. There's a 60-day period for the special enrollment. 60 days, for the special enrollment period. So try to get it done within that 60 days. But and then if you don't qualify because of income reasons, what have you, then we suggest that you go to the federally qualified community health centers and apply for the sliding fee scale to get a discount on your doctor visits. But go ahead and try to apply for the special enrollment period to try to get that, you know, health insurance lined up before your child goes to school.
Oh,
And you do have to claim that child on your taxes.
right. Okay, so that's the end of our questions that we have for this evening. Are there any more questions out there for us to answer?
Still have an opportunity, so go ahead and post your questions. We are here to help you.
And if we're not able to answer them at this time, we will get back with you at a later time to answer your questions.
And again, we are Medicaid applications administrators. We assist with the Medicaid applications process, but we're also navigators. So we can assist you with applying and enrolling in the affordable health care insurance. So we're here for you.
We are. Okay, Miss Lee.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all so much for sharing your information and knowledge about Medicaid. Tish did a wonderful job. Great.
Yes.
I pray that everybody heard something that we could use, because school is back in session. I know for us here in Panola County, the children will start back on the 31st. So whether they're ready or not, school is here. So we do, again, thank you all for joining us this evening. Again, we're here the last Monday of each month. But of course, you don't have to wait until then. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can contact our office at 662-298-3584 or either just send us a text at 662-689-9712. And if you would like to learn more about us here at Oak Hill, you can reach us at www.oakhillregionalcdc.com. That's our website. Please feel free to go on there and look at all the helpful information that's there. Again, don't forget about that free app that we talked about earlier. Download it. It's there for your use. Again, we do thank our executive director, Dr. Michael O'Miner, and our beautiful project director, Mrs. Lottie O'Miner. You all, this has been a production for Oak Hill Regional CDC. Good night.